All right, everybody, what's going on? This is G Funk coming to you live and direct from the 916. Like always, thank you for tuning in, for watching. If you're here live or if you're going to watch it later on when you got time. Hopefully, most of you guys are home now so you could check me out live. But I'm going to give my thoughts on this stuff, man. Crazy, crazy announcement today, man. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in, too. But, man, I just don't know what to say, man. I really don't know what to say about this. I mean, it's frustrating, man. It's frustrating because, you know, I'm a hardcore fan, you know, and boxing came back at a time when all sports were shut down due to the pandemic. There was no sports going on. Boxing, did their thing, top rank ESPN. They created the bubble. They went ahead and we had a lot of fights in the last 7 weeks here. Sometimes 2, 3 a week we were having, and they had an opportunity to, do some good things here, man, because there's a lot of casual eyes that were watching these fights. Um, there was a few good fights that they put on, but nothing too major, and then this comes out. And let me tell you, man, I had people all over my Facebook, man. People that I didn't even know watch boxing were posting Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones, September 12th, pay-per-view, Man. Just when we were starting to turn that corner, man, like I said, we had the top rank thing that did okay. Now we're looking at Virgil Ortiz, who's going to fight tomorrow. We had Jose Ramirez versus Victor Postal coming up next month. Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, PBC announced a huge lineup for the fall. Then we get this. And let me tell you something, man. This right here is pure dumpster juice, bro. Dumpster juice. And you know what makes me even more mad is that I've been seeing a lot of you guys ever since PBC came out and said that they're going to have some pay-per-views and things like that. Some of you guys have been on here talking a lot of shit, talking about this is not pay-per-view. These guys aren't pay-per-view stars. I'm not paying for this shit. But a lot of you same dudes are excited for this. Excited for this pay-per-view? Dumpster juice, bro. Straight up. Not only that, now I'm hearing that is it Paul Logan? Who is it? Give me a second. Let me check this real quick. Logan Paul or Paul Logan, whatever the dude's name is. No disrespect to him. I just can't remember his name. Jake Paul. Okay, Jake Paul is supposedly going to fight Nate Robinson, a retired basketball player from the NBA. That's the undercard. That's what we got so far. We got a 54-year-old Mike Tyson and a 51-year-old Roy Jones headlining a pay-per-view with Jake Paul and Nate Robinson on the undercard. Wow. Afro Rican G, I see you, brother. What's going on, man? Thanks for joining me. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, I'm almost terrified to hear who else is fighting on this undercard. If this is true, and this is according to The Athletic. Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson on the undercard. My God. Not only that, then we got two old ass dudes getting back in the ring. This is not good for the sport, man. I'm sorry. It's just not. I know there's a lot of old school casuals out there that are excited because they know Roy and they know Mike. Look, man, these dudes are too old, man, for this shit. Okay? This is not going to be a good fight. I don't care how in shape Tyson looks. I don't care how good he looks hitting the mitts. I don't care how fast Roy looks still. He's got no reflexes, man. Roy's reflexes are gone. No, Paul. What's up, brother? Thanks for joining me. I mean, why do you think Roy? I mean, Roy was out there getting slept, right? Roy was over in no man's land on Wednesday afternoons getting slept, bro. At the end of his career, you feel me? I know you guys remember that. There was times that Roy was fighting. I didn't even know this dude was fighting. We're talking about a guy who was considered pound for pound the best. It was being put up there with some of the all-time greats because of his jump from middleweight all the way to heavyweight and becoming champion in all those divisions. He went from that to fighting Wednesday afternoons in God knows where, fighting God knows who, getting knocked the fuck out. Sad ending for Roy, man, and Mike. So I just don't understand why people are so excited. Some people are excited for this. Both of these guys were straight dumpster juice at the end of their career. Dumpster juice, bro. I mean, let's look at Mike. Let's look at Mike first, okay? Mike Tyson. After he lost to Holyfield the second time in '97, I'd say his biggest win was probably Francois Botha. I mean, he had a no contest against Andrew Golota. I mean, Golota just quit in that fight. That would have been a decent win for him because Golota's a tough guy. We know he likes to fight dirty, and he's got a punch of his own. But Golota just quit. He just flat out quit in that fight. But I mean, look, this guy had a no contest against Olin Norris. I think that's the dude he hit after the bell. And he hurt his knee or something like that, and he decided to quit too. Got obliterated by Lennox Lewis. Danny Williams knocks him out, and then Kevin McBride makes him quit. This is ugly, man. This is just ugly, man. I am not supporting this mega event. No. Somebody's going to get hurt, no, Paul. One of these dudes is going to get hurt. I'm very concerned for both of these guys, man. I'm very concerned. And it's not good for the sport, man. Not good. I want to support the guys that are actually doing good shit in the sport. These guys haven't fought in years, man. Long time. I mean, this was 2005. Tyson lost to McBride. 15 years, bro. He's been out the ring. 15 years, and people are excited. I don't get it, man. Let's look at Roy now. 51 years old. The guy got knocked out 5 times at the end of his career, man. And he got knocked out by Enzo Maccarinelli in Moscow. A fight I didn't even know he was fighting that night. Somebody came to me and showed me the fight. They're like, hey, you got to see this. He gets knocked out by Danny Green. Him and Hopkins had probably the worst fucking rematch I've ever seen. He loses to Calzaghe. Come on, man. Roy, I mean, look, here's the thing. I was a big fan of Roy's back in the day. I loved Roy Jones back in the day, man. But, I mean, you got to know when to hang it up, man. And I understand guys who are on that level like a Roy, it's hard for them to walk away. I understand that, man. I do. We see it a lot in other sports, too. But boxing is different, man, because you're actually getting punched in the face. You're getting punched in the body. You're getting punched in the head. it's very unforgiving, especially when you ain't got it no more, man. And Roy hasn't had it for a long time. I'm telling you right now, man, if Tyson lands, if he happens to land something on Roy clean, Roy's going out. And I hate to say this because, like I said, I was a big Roy fan back in the day. Wasn't so much of a Tyson fan. Just, I just wasn't a fan of his. I understand he's exciting and things like that, but I just wasn't a big fan of Iron Mike. But Roy has no fucking chin now, man. It should be free. It should be free. Like, why do we have to pay for this? I mean, here's the thing. I'm not gonna if I'm gonna watch it, I'm not gonna pay for it. You know? So I'm not. It's not like I'm not really complaining about me paying for it. I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to pay for this thing, and they're not going to pay for other guys uh, that deserve to get paid. These younger dudes that are coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing that bothers me. Man, this is awful, man. Awful. I don't think Roy's got the legs anymore to stay away. We know he's got the hand speed over Mike for sure, but we know he can't get out of the way of a punch. You know, he's got no chin. If Tyson lands anything clean, man, Roy is out of there, man. And I really hate to say it. And I'm one of those guys. I actually believe that if they had fought, late '90s or something like that, I think Roy would have watched him back then. But they're about 20 years late. You know what I'm saying? Years late with this one. Stormy B, man. This is the battle of the battle of the washed up. There will be soap suds all over your TV screens. I don't know what they're thinking here, Stormy. I just don't, man. And then I don't know if you were here when I first started, man, but Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson on the undercard of a pay-per-view. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is why people look at boxing, other fans of other sports look at boxing as a joke, man, because of things like this. This is exactly why they do that. Once we get something good going, we find boxing finds a way to take, they take a step forward, they take two steps back, and this is definitely two steps back here, man. I'm sorry, I'm not for it. Not for it, man. Just like I'm not for Oscar De La Hoya coming back. I know he's been talking a lot of noise about he can come back to it. Like, Oscar, you aren't competing with anybody at 154 pounds. All right, nobody active that is. I don't give a damn if they throw you in there with a guy who's ranked 154 at 154 pounds. You're not beating him. Sorry. Absolutely, Afro-Rican G. My mistake. It's going to end awfully. Yes. Ray, thanks for joining me. It is crazy, man. Crazy. And some people are excited, man. That's another thing, man. You guys are only hurting yourselves, man. You boxing fans are only hurting yourselves with this, supporting this stuff, happy for this type of stuff. But you want to hate when guys like the Charlo brothers get a chance on pay-per-view. Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz. You guys are mad at that, but you're okay with this. What the hell? I'm seeing it all over Twitter, Facebook. Oh, man. Frustrating, man. It's frustrating to deal with it's frustrating just being a hardcore fan because I said this before, man. I keep coming back to boxing. There's a lot of things that made me want to just walk away from the sport, not watch it anymore, but I just keep coming back because I love it. But then we get garbage like this, man. Garbage like this. Right, Dave. Right. Dumpster juice, bro. This is not even the garbage that sits inside of the dumpster. It's the juice that runs out the bottom. Like when garbage just sits there and collects and it's hot and it gets all steamy in there and it starts dripping out the bottom. That's what this is, man. Dumpster juice. Right, Stormy. These dudes forgot why they retired in the first place. They got knocked the fuck out. Especially Roy. I mean, Roy, let me tell you something about Roy, man. All right. I want you guys are all subscribed to me, man. Go down my timeline of my videos, man. I made a video with my boy, Mr. Pound for Pound. And he's an ex-boxer, right? Roy challenged a fan. This is probably like, what, 5 years ago? He challenged a fan to a fight. He was saying, yeah, I want a fan. I want to fight a fan. I want them to make a video, show me if they can fight, and then I'll decide who I want to get in the ring with. So guess what? We made the fucking video. I went there, I recorded, I did some mitt work with my boy, and we put it out there. We said, Roy, we want you, Roy. We know that chin is ready. You know what I'm saying? The chin is ready. That's how bad it got for Roy at the end, man. This guy was fighting fans, people that weren't even professionals. Right, Stormy. Like and you know what else? You know what else I don't understand is why would Charlo even say anything? You know, like I mean, seriously, if I was a pro fighter at 154 pounds and I seen Oscar De La Hoya sending out tweets talking about I think I could do some damage at 154, I wouldn't even respond to that. I mean, come on. And there was guys even talking about he should fight him. I seen guys on YouTube say it. Like, what does that do for Charlo? That does nothing for Charlo. If he was to take that fight, obviously he's not. He's fighting Rosario, which is a damn good fight. But I mean, that does nothing for Charlo. Absolutely nothing but get him paid, maybe. You know, that's it. But he's doing the right thing, and he's fighting. He's fighting a good competition in his next fight. Well, I mean, they did do Tito Ortiz versus Chuck Liddell. That was dumpster juice also. Dumpster juice. And we got Nopal here talking about why I gotta hate. I know you're just joking, bro. But here's one question I want to ask you, Nopal, and some of you Canelo fans out there. How's Canelo gonna let Mike Tyson, a 54-year-old Mike Tyson, and a 51-year-old Roy Jones take over his date? What about that? Isn't that what Canelo bitched about for years when Mayweather was active? I need to be fighting on May Cinco de Mayo weekend and Mexican Independence weekend. Where's he at? Where's he at? Did he let these dudes push him off the date? Is that what happened? No, Paul. Oh man, this is ugly, man. Ugly. Canelo should be fighting on that date, man. He's the money maker right now, so he should be fighting on that date. But he still doesn't have a fight. He still doesn't have a fight, man. This is ridiculous. He should have been had someone to fight, and he should have had this date booked. Now we got Roy versus Tyson. I know it's not pay-per-view 97 rough, but he should still be fighting on that date. I mean, he bitched and moaned about that for a long time. And so did his fans. So did his fans. And I think he should be fighting on the date, but I mean, I don't know what they're doing over there, man. We've talked about this for months now. Months. We talked about this for months here, man. D-Style and I actually sat down and talked with one of these crazy Canelo fanboys on my channel. because it looked like it was going to be Billy Joe. Somehow, some way, that thing fell through, and I don't know who he's fighting now, man. I have no idea. All I know is the date that he bitched and moaned about for years, he lost out on it. Now we got Roy versus Tyson on pay-per-view. This is ugly, man. This is ugly. Oh, man. Oh, man. Awful, man. Awful look for the sport, man. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, man. It's dumpster juice, bro. Dumpster juice. Just like the Washington Redskins. They're not the, oh, I'm sorry, not the Redskins anymore. They're the Washington team. Dumpster juice. Had to throw a little something at them. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. Well, according to what I'm seeing, no, Paul, it says the 12th, man. According to ESPN. September 12th, bro. I don't know if you're talking about the date for the fight or the or Mexican Independence Day, but Stormy P. That's not even dumpster juice. It's a dried up heat spill at the bottom of the dumpster. This is garbage, man. I want this dude to fight somebody, man. I want to know who he's fighting. I want to know why he's not getting a fight, man. Why haven't we heard nothing? I hope we hear something tomorrow after the Ortiz fight or during the broadcast for the Ortiz fight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's official. There's a video out there, man, on YouTube where both guys signed the contract, man. They signed the contract. It's set, man. The thing is set in stone. Unless COVID does some damage, you know? Oh, Jesus, man. So then Canelo, is he going to fight on the 19th? No, Paul? Or is he going to is he going to go ahead and do the 12th? Which one's he going to do, bro? You let me know. Right. They couldn't even come up with a name, bro. Dumpster juice. That's what they should call him. The Washington dumpster juice, bro. Fuck out of here, Redskins. That shit should have been gone fucking years ago, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, so I want to know what it is, man. No, Paul. Who's Canelo fighting, bro? Is he gonna have enough clout to push Iron Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. off that date? That's what I want to know. Are they gonna change it, or is he gonna get punked by two retired dudes that decided to come back and have a pay-per-view with uh, a no-trained boxer and Jake Paul and a retired NBA guy, Nate Robinson? That's the co-feature right there, man. Yes. Co-feature, man. A retired NBA player and a guy who's not a trained professional at all are on the undercard, man. How the fuck did this happen, man? How? Yeah, I'm hearing the same thing too, man. And it's a good fight. I think Canelo wins it, but I think it's a good fight. So we'll see. 19th, right? No, Paul? Oh my gosh, man. Well, while we're at it, man, let's get since Oscar's talking about coming back, I want to know where my boy Tito is. Where is he? Somebody, Dave, talk to some of your contacts, bro. Let's get Tito on the line. Let's see if he's ready to fight. Let's see if he stayed in shape or not, man. We need the rematch. De La Hoya versus Trinidad, part 2. 21 years later. uh, who can't Canelo beat, huh? Yeah. He's unbeatable, bro. You know? Goes 12, he's going to get the decision. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And they're all over it, man. The casuals they're licking their chops at this, man. And believe it or not, some of these guys, some of these promotional fanboy guys, man, they're loving this shit. But they don't like Charlos on pay-per-view, bro. They don't like the Charlos on. They don't like Tank versus Leo on pay-per-view, man. Well, it didn't end well for Hopkins either. I mean, last time I seen him in the ring, he was getting uppercutted through the ropes all the way down to the floor. Yeah. That's what it is. Oh gosh. This is very frustrating, man. I just don't know, man. We talked about it. Hey, Dave, I know you're going to be live in about an hour on D-Styles channel, man. But we talked about this last week, man, about how the bullshit of the sport makes us want to stop watching, man. This is a part of it right here, man. I golly, man. All I'm going to say is this, man. I'm just going to make my prediction right now. Okay? Roy's getting knocked out, man. He don't got the reflexes. I don't know if he's got the legs anymore. It's been a while since he's fought. Let me see. When was the last time Roy fought? When was the last time he was in the ring? Roy actually fought 2 years ago. Fought a dude with 11 losses. So I don't know, man. I think if Roy, as soon as he gets touched, I think it's over, man. He can't take a punch, can't get out of the way of a punch anymore. But then again, I mean, I know that we're seeing all these little clips of Tyson hitting the mitts, looking good, but that's like 30 seconds, if that, of mitt work, you know? Who knows if he can sustain that over 8 rounds? And it's supposed to be an 8-round fight. But I'm going to take Mike Tyson in this one, man. I mean, if he's still, I mean, we know one thing about guys with power is that, you know, the last thing to go is the power. We've seen that with George Foreman when he came back. He still had the power. So I believe that Tyson, you know, if he could land something on Roy, man, I think that's it. It's over. I know. Man, just imagine Mike Tyson today, in today's world, with YouTube and all the other social media, with the way that these fanboys are, because he's still got a lot of fanboys to this day, grown ass men in their 50s, just as old as him, still fanboys. Man, it'd be crazy. Man, it would be crazy. They still think he's the king. You're right. He looks dangerous on the mitts. And he looks stunning, exceptional on the mitts. For about 10 seconds, you know. Oh no, I was just talking. I was saying about how last week we were on D-Style show talking about how things make us want to stop watching the sport, or at least walk away from it for a little bit. It's shit like this, man. For me, you know, terrible. Roy's chin is like an egg. Yeah, yeah, it's an exhibition because there's no way any sanctioning body would allow this to go on, man. No way. You gotta carry him. Holy shit. Peds versus Peds. Yeah. Man. I thought Roy, man, I thought he was doing okay, doing the broadcasting with HBO. I know he's making some decent money doing that. Um Tyson, he's been in movies and he's been doing I don't know if you want to call it stand-up comedy, but I thought he had that show where he was narrating the show. It was almost like a Broadway thing that he was doing. Bro, here's the thing, man. These are fighters, man. I mean, at the end of the day, like I know they've been retired, but these dudes are fighters, man. You don't think they're gonna train, get back in the gym, do all this training? Once they get in there with each other, dude, it's gonna be a fight, man. They're gonna actually fight. They're not gonna be like, oh, let's just play around. That's what I think, man. Yeah, no headgear. I'm glad you said that because honestly I don't have much information other than the date and that it's a pay per view, man. But that's all I need to know, really. Oh my gosh! If we could get Oscar and Tito to come back, hey, put it on the undercard. You know what I'm saying? The kush out of his lungs. Oh man, the camera's off. He's trying to suck wind. That's beautiful, Stormy. Burst my bubble? What do you mean burst my bubble, bro? I don't. No, Paul, bro. You've been following me for a while, man. I don't give a shit about pay-per-view numbers, man. I don't care. And the fact that you're on here hating on Charlo again, that just shows a lot, man. I mean, come on, bro. Let's just talk about the fight. Why do you care about the pay-per-view numbers, man, and what they do? They got to put the Charlos on pay-per-view at some point, right? See how they do? Come on, bro. Stop trolling, man. Come on. You think so? I mean, I was hoping he would save up his money and this way he wouldn't have to come back and fight, man, because he was getting knocked out pretty brutally, man, towards the end of his career. You know? You know what would make the fight worth it is if Roy gives Tyson a body shot and many clouds of smoke. Oh man. Is that true, Stormy? He threw up after a pad session? Wow. I didn't know that. Wow. I know he wasn't in the best of shape towards the end of his career and he was doing a lot of cocaine and that type of shit. But man, here's one thing I want to say for Tyson at least is that I'm happy that he's at least, got himself in shape, you know. He seems to be a much happier person, you know. He came back and did some wrestling. He was on AEW a couple months back, so good for him, man. I know he made some good money doing that. And he's probably going to make some decent money here fighting Roy on pay-per-view. So I don't know, man. But I'm going to end this thing here, man. Snoop and I don't know who this other dude is. Who is that? I don't know a lot of these guys in hip hop, man. I haven't really followed hip hop closely in a long time, man. It's been really bad. Really bad. Yeah, that's all I got to say on it, man. Really, I didn't want to. Honestly, I didn't even want to go this long on it, but you guys came here and you guys, chimed in and made it fun for me, and I appreciate that, man. If you guys haven't, go ahead and hit jab the like button for me, man. I'd appreciate that. Make sure you guys shoot over to D Styles channel at 6 p.m. He's gonna have Leave It in the Ring, 97 Rough, Blood Boxing, Joe Habib, and himself. So that's gonna be spectacular, man. You guys make sure you go. There's OGs in the boxing community, man. These guys have been doing it for a long time, man. They're all getting back together, doing a show. I'm gonna be listening to that. We'll be watching my Giants as they make their debut tonight against them weak ass Dodgers. You know what I'm saying? Them Hollywood Dodgers, trying to buy themselves a championship for 10 years now. So I'm gonna have a nice night, man. I hope you guys do the same. And I'm out, man. See you later.